I learned my lesson with this. Like, I'm not a drinker. I just decided to go out with a few friends. I barely go out. So I did something stupid and I'm paying for it with money. And that's pretty much like anybody that know me, money is my everything. So you're making me spend it all. I learned my lesson. I'm good on it.
Say your name, Mr. Brown, please.
You have to unmute, Mr. Brown. There we go.
Yes. All right. Yeah, there we go. Leslie Brown.
All right.
Your Honor, we did review the pre-sentence report. We don't have any material changes, additions, or deletions, and we ask that you adopt the recommendation.
Mr. Brown, is there anything you want to tell the court before I impose sentence?
No, sir.
Sentence of the court, $480 fines and court costs, 93 days in jail, credit 7. The balance is suspended. When can you get that paid, sir?
I can have everything paid on the 11th of February. I get paid bi-weekly, so I can have everything cleared out by the 11th.
By then? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll indicate you're to pay that by February 13th, that Friday, 2026. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Case of the People versus Calvin Dooley.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Dooley, who is approaching. Mr.
Calvin
Dooley.
Dooley.
Thank you. Your Honor, today is the date and time set for sentencing. We did review the recommendation. We do ask that you adopt it. For the most part, we are requesting the court to consider a reduced probationary term, perhaps a 6-month term. Mr. Dooley is before the court for sentencing on a first-time operating while intoxicated case. His last conviction was over 10 years ago. This offense date was almost 5 months ago. He's had no other convictions or other interactions with the criminal justice system since that conviction last 10 years ago. And then this offense date, he has been compliant on bond. I know there was a report with some late tests, but he has been on the sober link for 3 months, blowing 3 times a day. He's not tested positive for any alcohol or substances. In this case, he was very cooperative at the scene. He blew a .13. He did bring $500 to pay his fines and costs. However, there was an issue with a clerical error at the court. He is not working right now because the case was filed or coded incorrectly, that he pled to operating while intoxicated, not visibly impaired. He got a letter from Secretary of State stating that his license was suspended when it should not have been. So he hasn't been driving because of that, which has—
That was right after the plea that happened.
Right.
I think they had brought that to my attention. We don't enter it. I mean,
this court, right. And I tried to explain to Mr. Dooley, that it was a human error, but it never should have happened because his license was improperly suspended. And obviously getting around in Michigan with no license is very difficult.
Especially out here.
So
I remember it being brought to my attention, but like I said, I don't enter it. Did they get it corrected?
yes,
That I know of. I don't. To me, I mean, I ain't get nothing in the mail, so I haven't been driving still because I'm trying to honor what you said. So
I spoke with Miss Wielding this week, and she was able to contact the clerk's office, and the clerk's office emailed yesterday or Monday that they resent the abstract to Secretary of State. So
Can you run it? I don't know that they ran me.
I can run it. I don't know who gives you that shred. It's correct.
Well, right, but I don't care about that. I just want to know because just run it.
So yeah, he does construction. So obviously not being able to drive, not being able to get to work has impacted that. So he has brought the $500 to demonstrate to the court that he takes it seriously. He wants to do what he needs to do. But obviously that has impacted things over the last couple of months. And I didn't catch it. Mr. Dooley brought it to my attention. He got the letter, I think, early December, and really just was kind of like, I want to comply with what the court says, but did bring it to my attention this week, so I wanted to bring it to the court's attention too, that obviously that's impacted his life significantly.
Is there anything you want to say before I move on?
No, ma'am. I mean, no, sir. I was really conversation with her, but it was like,
Oh, you gave me a promotion.
no, no, sorry. Like that. Pretty much, I learned my lesson with this. Like, I'm not a drinker. I just decided to go out with a few friends. I barely go out, so I did something stupid, and I'm paying for it with money, and that's pretty much like anybody that know me, money is my everything. So you're making me spend it all. I learned my lesson. I'm good on it.
I don't know what this means.
And I was just trying to make sure that my paperwork do say
Visibly impaired.
visibly impaired instead of driving under the influence, because not y'all court, but I had a prior situation where I was double charged. Well, I ain't gonna say double charged, but they made two. I don't know how to say it. I had two of the same charges on one case, and I've been trying to get my felonies expunged, and that was one of the reasons why they kind of held me up, because they say they put 2 counts, and I only got charged with, well, convicted of 1, and they had 2 counts. I just want to make sure my paperwork right, so at the end of this, I can actually do what I was priorly doing beforehand, trying to get my everything back.
So I see it as suspended, but it looks like he's operating off a 625G permit.
They did send me something to say a restriction for 190 days.
Yeah.
And they extended it some more because of taking a plea to the DUI or whatever. So they extended it to November. It was supposed to be to June, but then they extended it to the 11th of November, 2026.
Yeah, well, and I believe once it's corrected to visibly impaired, the restricted period is shorter
Shorter,
than the
right?
operating while
Right.
intoxicated.
I'm just looking for it.
And I think, Mr. Dooley, while the court's reviewing that, they did say that they fixed the file, so at the clerks at the front, they can give you all the paperwork that says that it was visibly impaired.
All
They're the
right.
people behind the glass.
All right, right at the front, right? I paid them too, though, right? That's
Yep.
where I paid them.
Yep.
So, there's a row. Here it is.
There's one more thing, they still gonna do the 30.
Now,
While I'm waiting.
well, that's the charge.
30 days.
So once. So if the court is this over 30 days, you'll have to comply with that. For the 30 days for the suspension. I think we have to wait until Secretary.
I wasn't talking about, I mean, suspension is
How
suspended.
long were you expecting the restriction,
How long was I suspended?
No.
Oh,
counsel?
So it's visibly impaired, there should be no suspension, just I believe it's 150 days restricted, is that right?
No, I think you're right. I'm just saying,
180 days.
yeah, it should be
190.
restricted, but I don't see anything so weird. Because as I'm looking at it right now, on both parts of this that I would look at it, it tells me that he's suspended. But then he has a restricted license. So they may be the same thing, that your suspended followed by restricted license.
Right,
So it's restricted.
once the suspension lifts.
If I can help you, they
But
said.
why does he have, I guess I'm trying to figure out,
Because they said.
they got him suspended from December 24th through June 21st, 2026. Then he's eligible for a restricted, basically a 1 month suspension on his license. So as it sits right now, as I'm looking at this, he's not eligible to drive right now
right.
until not this Friday, but the next Friday.
That's why I was saying they
Right.
suspended it for a month. And she told me I wasn't supposed to be suspended.
Right.
So I haven't been driving. My fiance been driving.
She's having a driver.
And she don't like
Is she
it.
yelling at you?
She don't like driving.
Huh?
She don't like driving.
She doesn't like driving?
We on 3 vehicles.
Like with
Don't-
everything, like
Don't.
everything's your fault anyway. Right? Isn't that right, man? See? So you have my permission that as you're driving around to yell at him. Okay? Anyway, anything else you want to say before I post that?
One question about the sober link, because I know I'm supposed to go right on probation. So it got me saying that I was supposed to blow again for 30 more days on the sober link.
With the exception of the 5 days in jail. On behalf of Mr. Rowe, we are asking that the court either strike that recommendation or hold the 5 days in abeyance. Obviously, while Mr. Rowe is on probation, he will have the whole 93 days kind of hanging over his head if he were to violate his probation. He does understand that and is ready to complete this term. Regarding the 5 days, he did let me know a couple reasons why this would have a negative impact on his life circumstances right now. He is working a temporary job, or he's working a job where he's a temp. He's in his probationary period, basically. He's just a few weeks away from those 90 days where then he will be made a full-time employee. He doesn't have any time off or any sick or vacation days that he can take for the next couple of days. So he's very worried that he will lose his job if he were to be remanded. Additionally, he does have 2 children, a 16-year-old and a 4-year-old. He told me his 4-year-old will be with him full-time this weekend. The child's mother is going on vacation, so he is the primary caregiver for the next couple of days. So obviously does not want to be away from his child. He is also helps care for his family. His father just had back surgery. They own a farm up north, so he assists with
And
that farm.
Down here too.
Two farms, okay.
Yeah.
So he assists with that farm, especially given his father's medical conditions, helping with run the farm and helping his father through this medical situation. His girlfriend is here as a support system. His family is very supportive of his sobriety. He even mentioned that his sister is going to school for drug counseling, and she's supportive of his sobriety. We've had multiple conversations over the last couple of weeks. He, I think, is very ready to be sober. He's talked to me multiple times about how this has basically changed his life. He appreciates the tether, keeping him accountable. He says he's willing to wear it for as long as the court wants because he appreciates the changes that being sober have made in his life. He did do as an assessment. The assessment says he's low risk for consumption because he also demonstrated to the assessor that he's ready to change his life conditions and is really on a good path. We also did talk lastly about the fines and costs. He believes he can post at least $400 today.
So anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
I mean, I could pay the whole thing in full today if I don't have to do the 5 days. If I have to do the 5
Did
days,
this look like a negotiation to you?
no.
Go ahead. You can tell me anything else you want.
I mean, I'm just afraid of losing my job, so I wouldn't be able to pay.
Well, then you should have thought about that before you tampered with our device.
I didn't do a tamper with it, but I don't, as I did, so it is what it is. I don't know what else to say. I was just working.
Go ahead, sir. Anything else you want to tell me?
other than the fact that being sober is about the best thing that I've had happen to me in about 10 years. So I appreciate it. And I take full responsibility for my action and hate that it happened. And I want to move forward and just move on with my life and take care of my family and not lose my house and keep everything going.
The court does acknowledge this is not a serious misdemeanor as defined by statute. However, it does believe there are reasonable grounds to depart from the presumption of a non-probationary sentence. The alcohol screening and assessment identifies the benefit of outpatient treatment, driver's intervention class, and abstinence from all intoxicants. Therefore, the court will follow the recommendation of probation for a probationary sentence with the stated rehabilitative goals to promote change, prevent recidivism, monitor compliance, and recommended treatment. Therefore, the sentence of the court, you're placed on probation for a 12-month period in time. You're to pay $855 fines and court costs, $100 prosecution recovery cost, $100 police agency recovery costs, and $360 probation oversight fees. You pay $400 today. How are you going to pay the balance?
I can do a payment plan for whatever.
A payment plan is directed by probation.
Right.
There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or illegal substances. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete outpatient treatment, including all recommended aftercare with status reports to probation. You are to provide proof of victims' impact panel attendance to probation. The scram tether will continue until proof of treatment is received by probation. So with reference to the jail time, and why I'm clearly indicating that this is it's not a negotiation of fines and costs. You were 0.224 and there was a crash of the vehicle that very well could have been a crash that took somebody out.
I know.
So, well, you can know it, but I don't know that you appreciate it. You're not in a position to negotiate. Then when I put you on the scram tether, I all of a sudden get a notification of a tamper with it. And through the tamper, it still suggests that there was alcohol. And you're telling me you didn't do it, but
I was running a chainsaw with the ethanol gas in it. I mean,
that's
just the only thing I can say. That's all I can say.
There's not a chainsaw in the world that's going to set that thing off.
I mean,
93 days in jail, credit 1 day served. Defendant will serve an additional 5 days in jail due to the bond violation, and then the balance will be suspended. Defendant's remand. Court calls the case People versus Dean Thrush.
Under Natalie Pate on behalf of Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate on behalf of Ren, who is approaching. Please state your name, sir.
Douglas Red.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. Today's the date and time set for show cause. My records indicate that the balance is currently 650. I did
Yeah,
speak
that's
briefly.
where I am.
I did speak briefly with Mr. Wren. He indicates to me that he is still at Dawn Farm. I'm unsure if is
Right
it
here.
inpatient or transitional housing at this time.
Patient.
Okay, you're still inpatient at Dawn Farm.
Yeah.
Okay. What's it look like in terms of your completion date
The 20th.
of this month?
Yeah.
Okay. And then are you gonna then go transitional or
Yes.
something like that? All right, let's do this then. Let me do the same thing I did with this last year. I'm gonna turn you out until March 11th, 2026, 9 a.m. And then we'll take a look at what I'm gonna want you to do with this. How's it going for you with the information?
Great.
Is it?
Yeah.
How long you been in?
Over 120 days.
Inpatient.
Yep.
Okay.
Kid from the county jail to there.
You're there.
Yeah.
Okay, and it seems to be working out for you, at least right now for you?
Yes, sir.
All right, fantastic. But you've been in, you know what? How many more cases do you have out there?
I'm in, County's drug court.
Are you?
Yeah.
You've been inpatient 120 some odd days.
Yes. Since August 3rd. September 3rd. Since September 3rd.
Long as you've been sober?
Almost 6 months.
I think that deserves some credit. Congratulations to you on that, because that, like that guy was saying, it's hard. It was hard, I bet. Real hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do for you, sir, is this. And I've seen you sitting here all morning, waiting for your case to be called, but you got here on time. I can't waive the state fees of $125, but I'm gonna waive everything else, and you're done with me.
Thank you.
All right, all I want you to do is live your life and stay sober. You hear me?
Yes.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What'd you say?
I said you and me both.
Yeah. Court calls the case, People versus Reginald Moore. Hello, what's your name?
Reginald Moore.
Mr. Moore, you're here. I'm gonna show cause because you owe $644. How you gonna get that paid?
I could pay it not this check, not next week, but 2 weeks after next week. So the end of February. The end of February.
You can get it all paid?
Yeah, I got a job, so I paid them on not this check. I gotta pay something on this check through here.
Pardon?
Actually. I gotta pay something for the court next week through here. Then I can pay the check after that.
Okay, so you think you can get this balance paid off by the end of February?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it out. I'm trying to get off.
I know you are, but you get
I paid you said 644?
$644. So I'm gonna indicate defendant to pay balance by February 27th, 2026. I'll set a review hearing on this for March 11th, 2026 at 9 a.m. All right. And like I was saying to some of the others, if you got it all paid off, I don't need to see you.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Get it done.
Appreciate it.
All right. Take care.
You too.
Have any more files? I want to do more.
This courtroom moment is about more than one mistake. It's about how quickly life can be turned upside down. A first-time DUI, a clerical error, and suddenly a man can't work, can't drive, and can't move forward. The judge listens closely, cutting through confusion, making it clear that responsibility still comes first. Probation, fines, testing. Every condition matters now. This is the line between a second chance and serious consequences, and the court is watching every step.